Next week, voters in Ohio can protect life by voting no on issue one. All right, let's practice that again. Issue one, no. Vote no on issue one. What it would do is actually, if this passes, it will go into the state's constitution and will legalize abortion on demand through all 9 months. I mean, this is going to put Ohio in league with California. Now, the national abortion industry continues to funnel money into this election, spending more than, brace yourself for this, $18 million so far to blanket the airwaves in Ohio. So it's critical for Christians in Ohio to get out to vote and reject issue one, and to tell your friends. Talk about it at church this coming Sunday. Now, this not only protects the lives of innocent babies, but also to help women avoid the tragedy of abortion. Joining me now to discuss this is Ryan Bomberger, co-founder and chief creative officer of the Radiance Foundation. Ryan was the creative force behind the first ad campaign to expose abortion's hugely disproportionate impact in the Black community. And Ryan is among those who have put a face on the 1% of abortions that are done because of rape. Ryan, welcome back to Washington Watch. Great to see you.
It's great to see you, Tony.
Let's talk about issue one in Ohio. The abortion industry is funneling cash into this ballot initiative to place abortion on demand into Ohio's state constitution. Now, you actually honored your mother for giving birth to you. You were put up for adoption. Not only did she save your life, but her decision also saved her from the tragedy of abortion and a lifetime of regret.
You know, I am that 1% used 100% of the time to justify abortion. I was conceived in rape, but I was adopted in love. And what we often forget is that abortion has a tremendous impact on women, regardless of the reasons for the abortion. So there are physiological, psychological, emotional consequences of abortion. And the pro-abortion side doesn't ever want to talk about that. They want to talk about the incredible regret that women feel post-abortively, the incredible regret that men feel. I mean, 75% of men who were involved in that decision also regret it. So they don't ever want to talk about the casualties of abortion. They pretend that it's healthcare. And quite honestly, if abortion is healthcare, then slavery was job care.
Yeah, I mean, 55% of women who describe themselves as pro-choice struggle emotionally after an abortion, as you pointed out, as 78% of pro-choice men do. But there are other consequences. I mean, many of them find themselves addicted to substances, substance abuse, depression, suicide. I mean, there are many things that the pro-abortion community doesn't want to tell you about.
Well, they don't, because the evidence, the actualities of things don't matter to them. The only thing that matters is this euphemistic sort of thing about reproductive health and freedom. The reality is that there are consequences. That's why when they say things like, it's no different than having a tooth pulled. Well, there aren't support groups for people who have their teeth pulled, but there are many, hundreds, if not thousands of support groups across the United States for those who are post-abortive. And so when they minimize this and they trivialize the impact of the violence of abortion, it just kind of shows, well, which side actually cares about women? Which side actually cares about the dignity of human life?
And this, people need to understand, this amendment would just wipe the slate clean of basic laws like parental notification. I mean, this enshrines abortion as a fundamental right. We're going to go to the, I've got a call coming in from one of the members of the House floor, but I want to work this in, Ryan, because you're going to be coming to my home city of Baton Rouge next week for the Caring to Love Ministry's 38th annual Celebrate Life Banquet. I'm the MC, but you're going to be the featured speaker. Russ Taff's going to be there singing. Very quickly, share a little bit of what you're going to have to share next week.
Well, I am so excited. I love the work of pregnancy centers, and to be able to uplift them is just such a central focus of our organization, the Radiance Foundation. But I'm going to be talking about my story of adoption, not only being the adoptee, but also being an adoptive father. I'm going to talk about women who can be stronger than their circumstances, like my wife, who was a single mom, who was a teacher at the time. She found herself pregnant and then left a toxic situation, a toxic relationship. But yet she chose to be stronger than abortion. And that daughter, our daughter, Radiance, is the reason for the name of our organization. So I'll be touching on those stories and some other things at the Caring for Love. Caring to Love banquet.
And I know your story is powerful because I've actually written about it in No Fear. You were one of the young people I profiled back in that book a few years back. Ryan, look forward to seeing you next week in Baton Rouge. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Tony.